afternoon. Today is Saturday and so far it has been a good day. I'm feeling pretty good. I've started on my gut cleanse again, which I did about 6 months ago. It is this gut cleanse. I got it from a website called Nourished Life, and literally it is, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's fossil shell flour is the easy name to pronounce. And yes, I think I talked about it in my last vlog, and yeah, basically I've just started taking this again. So yes, hopefully I can supercharge my gut, as it says, after Christmas. And yeah, sort of like a little detox. But today is a very, very windy day outside. I was going to go to the beach, but yeah, I think I'm going to end up looking like Crumb Schnitzel if I go to the beach today. So I've given up on that idea, and instead I've decided today we are going to hang some frames in the bedroom that I've had for about, I don't know, a year and a half maybe. It's been a pretty long time I had these frames. I bought them because I wanted to do like a mini gallery wall over the bed with some pictures from our honeymoon. And yes, it's one of those things that you plan on doing, and then I think I got them last year, and then my nan came up from the UK and it was Christmas, and yeah, then they just got forgotten about. They kind of just got stuck in the spare room and forgotten about. But we recently sold the bed that was in the second room because it was a bit of a nothing second room, so I really want to make more of the space in there. So now that I walk in there every day and I can see them, I'm like, they need to go up on the wall. I'm sick of looking at them. This is ridiculous. We've had them far too long. They need to go up. So I've decided today is the day. Since it's not a beach day and Rod is currently outside about to trim the hedge. So if you hear a lot of noise, it's him trimming the hedge. It is a bit out of control at the moment because we've had a lot of storms and a lot of extreme heat, and it has just rocketed in growth. So yeah, he's decided today is the day he's going to trim the hedge, which I'm quite happy about. I would like it to look a bit more under control. So while he's doing that, I am going to sort out the frames and get everything ready so that all he has to do is put the nails in the wall, because I don't trust myself to do that bit. So I'm going to enlist his help for that. So I'm going to get on with that. It is quite late in the day, I will say that. I really don't know where the morning went. It just kind of disappeared. Today's one of those days where I've literally just put on a little bit of makeup and tied my hair in a ponytail. So I'm gonna wash it tomorrow. But yeah, just hanging around the house, nothing too exciting. So yeah, let's get on with the frames. I just can't wait to get them up. I hope they look good. This is the current situation. This is the start of the hedge trimming. If you're wondering why there's a gap and it doesn't go to the end of the fence, that's because Rod decided to start removing it from the garden. And I was like, no, I don't want to see the neighbor's back fence. So can you please just stop and leave it? So yes, it's a work in progress. And if you're looking at the garden thinking, gee, that's very bland, I know. We do plan on renovating the garden and making it look a bit more homely, but yes, we're starting on the bathroom first. So this is way down the list of priorities, but one day we will have a nice decked garden. And by the way, if you're wondering why the view is not very clear, that's because of the fly screen. So yes, over here we have fly screens to stop all the flies coming in from outside, but they still get in. They still get in. Actually, we had a little lizard in the house the other day. They're called geckos. Yes, so you do see those often, and the occasional cockroach, but yeah, I can deal with the little lizards. They're pretty cute, but the cockroaches, no. But anyway, I don't know how they get in the house. I don't know how they get in the house, but yes. Also, my windows are really dirty. They really need a clean, but we're going to be doing the bathroom soon, and I know it's going to make a hell of a lot of dust in the house with the workmen in and out. So I've kind of just given up on that for now. and I'm going to clean them all and give the house a really good clean when the bathroom is in. Anyway, let's get on with the frames. So these are the frames that I got from West Elm. They are a really sort of simple brass frames. As you can tell from my home, I do like brass. So I just thought that these were gonna match perfectly. Actually, this stand behind is also from West Elm, so it's pretty much the same brass. Yes, so I've got one really big frame, which is the 15.5 by 19.5 inch frame, and it fits, can't quite remember what size photo, but yeah, so I got that one. And then I also got, gee, I don't know where to put it, put it down there. And I also got two of the smaller square ones, which are the 12.5 square frames. So two of those. And then I also got two much smaller ones, which are the 5.5 by 7.5 inch frame. And trying to get that out, but basically I think they fit just like a little 6x4 picture in them. So now I'm going to get polystyrene everywhere. So yes, the smallest frame. It's actually got a mark on it, but anyway. So this one, that little frame. So I've got the three different sizes, and what I did was I looked at the space above our bed and what is going to fit within the sizing of all the different frames, because I obviously had some pictures in mind that I wanted to put in there, but it also came down to what was going to fit above the bed and not look too big or too cluttered. So yes, so I've kind of already worked out what frames were going to fit the space and how I was going to lay them out. So yes, I've already done that little bit of groundwork before I bought the frames. So that's why I bought these particular sizes. So I've got those, and then I've also got the the photos to go in them. So the pictures are from our honeymoon, which was about 3.5 years ago, when we took 6 weeks off and went around the UK and the US. So I did a lot of sightseeing, and this is all before I had Instagram. I never had Instagram at this point because I was a bit of a late starter Instagram. But anyway, we have quite a lot of photos that I really liked from some of the things that we did. So I just literally went through and picked out some of my favorites, and they were this one from New York. So we did a dinner cruise in New York, and we went out to the Statue of Liberty and then sort of came back. But yeah, it was a really nice dinner cruise, and it was like a sunset cruise, so you really got a really beautiful sunset, and when you left you saw the skyline of the city, and it was all sort of really, it was still daylight then. So this photo was actually a color photo, but I thought that it was going to look really nice in black and white. So I think I made some black and white and some color to go in these frames. So I was trying to think how I was going to do it. Did I want all black and white? Did I want all color? Did I want a mixture? So I think I ended up with a mixture. So all the pictures I've got here, now actually I think I might have done too many. I might have to try and remember which ones I was going to use. So this one's obviously going to go in the biggest frame, and that was me and Rod on the dinner cruise. As you can see, it was still daylight, so that's going to go in the largest frame. That one of us two, and then I also have, must be all these pictures. Yes. Okay, now I can't quite remember. That was the color one of the city. Oh, stuck. That one is the color one of the city, so it's pretty much that one I've just shown you, but in color. Then there was also the San Francisco Bridge, because we did another dinner cruise in San Francisco. So I just thought that was a really nice image to include as well. And then just a couple of shots of Rod and I. So that was on the dinner cruise in San Francisco, and this one was in Vegas at the Grand Canyon. So I'm not really sure what I got that black and white photo for, because all these ones are in color. I'm a bit confused. I think I need to sit down and remember what I had planned with this. Maybe I was going for all color after all. Can't remember. Oh, see, now there's a black and white one of the bridge in San Francisco. Yes, I need to think about this. I've got to remember my train of thought from a year ago as to what I was planning to do with these photos. I'm sure I was doing a mixture of black and white and color. I think that's going to look the best, just to break it up. Anyway, let's get on. So I need to obviously put the photos in the frames, and then I need to draw around all the frames on paper and mark out where the nail needs to be, because I'm going to stick the paper on the wall and mark where the nail has to go in, so that I can get it all laid out in paper first and then literally hang on the nails. That's going to be the easiest way, I think, to do this. So I better get on. So, I've had a little bit of a break from doing the frames because I've just realized that I've just printed the photos off according to the size picture that they actually fit. However, because there's a little card window with a white border for the frames to sit in, it actually, the photo kind of flicks up around the side. I'll show you what I mean. It looks really, not professional, doesn't look professional. So basically, if you can see, here is one that I tested out a while ago, and see how obviously the picture is bigger than the border, so it sits nice behind the border. This one, however, is obviously the size of the window, but can you see how it sort of flicks up around the outside? And I don't like that. It just looks cheap and unfinished. I want it to look like this. So I've just been trying to find the photos, thinking maybe I could go and get them reprinted now. But then I discovered that the one that fits the biggest frame, which is over here, this is actually the biggest size picture that you can print. Other than that, you then go into poster size. So what I just tried out was adding some double-sided tape and sticking it onto some white card, and that has kind of worked. So as you can see now, the edges are really nice and clean because I put double-sided tape all the way around the outside and stuck it down on card before I put it in here. So I'm going to try that with the rest of the pictures before I decide to go out and print more pictures. I've just gone around the outside of these two pictures with the double-sided tape and stuck them down on white card and then popped that in the frame, and it seems to have fixed that little issue with them looking like they were flicking up at the side. So I think now they look a lot better, and I don't really need to go to get more pictures printed in a larger size. I think we'll be fine like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the last two black and white pictures. And again, if you can hear any noise, that's because Rod is still trimming outside. So I just have to very quickly show you Rod. Like I said, he was out trimming the hedge today. And this is what it looks like when he trims the hedge. Up on the neighbor's fence so we can get to the other side and the top more easily. And this is a mess down the bottom. Yes. Luckily, that's not my job. My job is inside. But yeah, there you go. Looking so much better already. Babe, you missed a bit. You missed a bit right there. These are all the photos finished in the frames. I think they look pretty good. I'm thinking I'm going to go with this layout. There's not really much I can do given the space above the bed, and obviously the pictures that I wanted to use and what frames I could get. So it's just a really simple wall, and yeah. Now I've got to get on with the layout for the wall. Okay, so I've just got this big roll of brown paper, and I'm literally just drawing around the outside of each frame and then cutting the paper out so that it's pretty much the exact size of the frame. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark on here where exactly the nails need to go. So based on the back where you can see the hooks, I'm going to mark that on the paper so that when the paper gets stuck to the wall, I know exactly where to nail. So that's what I'm up to at the moment. I've now measured each frame and marked on the paper. So I literally have measured from the side to the center of where the hook is going to be, and then obviously from the top of the frame to here to get that exact point. And I've done that for both the hooks on both sides. So as you can see here, I've marked it on the paper and I just put like a little dot where the nail is going to go. And then I'm just duplicating that onto the other side, because obviously when I stick that on the wall, these are not quite exactly even on both sides. So I want to make sure that I get it perfect when it's on the wall. And I've done that for every single one. So basically when I stick them on the wall, that is the point where the nail goes in. So my battery just died, but basically I have started to pin the paper on the wall, as you can see, or stick the paper on the wall, I should say, with masking tape. It's a bit fiddly because the wall is obviously not perfectly straight. So you measure across the ceiling, like down. I thought, okay, I'm gonna do it about 35 centimeters down, because that kind of worked out to be a nice height and gap between the ceiling to the top of the frames and between the bed head to the bottom of the frames. But obviously the wall or the ceiling is not exactly level. So I've decided then to measure from the bed head upwards instead. So I don't know, I think once the nails go in, I can put the leveler on and make sure that they're all perfectly straight. I guess the paper doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but obviously perfect in the sense that I need to get them all fairly level as possible. So that's where I'm at the moment, trying to find the middle of the bed, trying to find the middle of the frame, trying to make sure that the depth, like the distance down from the ceiling and up from the bed head is all right. So I've made a start. I think that looks okay. I've left about 5 centimeters as a gap between those two. So I'm thinking that's quite a nice gap on that wall. So I'm gonna go with that. So I'm just gonna continue with the rest of the paper and and hopefully it will look okay. Hopefully there won't be any changes or too many changes. So we'll see how we go. I've now got the paper on the wall. I've done it like this. I'm hoping it's straight. It doesn't look perfectly straight. I feel like it's sloping a little bit towards this way. But again, I think it's because the wall's not, like the ceiling's not straight. Anyway, I'm gonna get Rod to double check it. But I don't know whether that's the layout I wanna go with. I mean, I want the biggest picture in the middle because I want that to be the focal point, and obviously it's like the color picture and the largest one. So I really want to keep that in the middle, but it's the ones on the either side. I don't know whether I should move one of the smaller ones up to the top, like flip it so one of the squares is down the bottom and one of the smaller rectangles is at the top. But I don't know, I feel like those small pictures are, I don't know, I feel like you might not be able to see them properly if one is higher up, and at least when they're a little bit lower down, they're easier to view. So that was my thinking, rather than maybe it looks a bit lost at the top, the little one. So I don't know. I'm gonna ask Rod to see what he thinks, but that's kind of the layout I've gone with at the moment. I know it's very basic and it's not a amazing fancy gallery wall, but I just want it to be quite simple really. So yeah, and eventually, as you can see, my bedroom furniture is all really, really dark chocolate brown, which just makes this room feel really dark. So the plan is to eliminate the brown and get white in here. Probably obviously not for the bed yet. We're gonna hold on to the bed a bit longer, but with the chest of drawers or tall boys, whatever you want to call them, change those to white at some point in the future. I'm hoping before the end of this year, but we'll see. I mean, it is only January. There is quite a bit of time in the year to change that, but we will see. So I don't know at the moment. I don't know. I might have to just leave my wall like this for now and come back to it tomorrow. Like if I sleep on it and wake up tomorrow and see if I still feel the same before we start hammering nails in the wall. I think that's what I'm going to do. Come back to it tomorrow. It is also getting a bit dark in here and I'm kind of a little bit hot. I really need to put the aircon on. I'm feeling really hot, and it is about 8 o'clock at night and I have not got anything for dinner yet, so I really need to nip to the supermarket and get something really simple and quick to cook. I mean, I was going to make something really simple and quick, but yeah, I've spent all day or all afternoon doing this, which has taken me far longer than I thought it was going to take me. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, I think I might sleep on it and see how I feel about this in the morning. And then it's time. It's time to put the nails in the wall. I'm hoping it's not going to change because it means I've got to measure it all out again and stick it all down. But we shall see. You just never know. Just never know. Good afternoon. Today is now Sunday. I pretty much spent the morning just doing some cleaning and tidying up around the house. I've had a shower and washed my hair, so I'm feeling like a new woman because it was a little bit on the lazy side yesterday. Just, you know, in need of a wash, back in a ponytail. So yes, I'm feeling quite refreshed today. And yes, I've had a productive morning. It's now time to put the pictures on the wall. So had a slight dilemma. One of the pieces of paper fell down this morning, so I had to re-stick it on the wall and re-measure it on the wall. I also had to re-measure the original layout I had because Rod thought it was not straight and I should have measured from the ground up. So I had to do it all over again. And then the paper fell down, so I had to do that one again as well. So yes, I've told him we need to get the nails in the wall now so we can get the pictures up. And then we're finished. So I'm enlisting his help now. I've just sent him looking for some nails. So yes, I don't trust myself to hammer the nails in the wall. So that's his job. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to finally get my pictures that I've had for over a year on the wall. Okay, so we've now done the frames. I did turn the camera off for a little bit because as much as I'd measured, they were a little bit out, so we had to do a bit of rectifying. So when Rod told me, don't measure from the ceiling if it's not straight, measure from the floor, that ended up being the wrong thing to do because then it wasn't quite straight along the top. And so when you look at the ceiling and the top of the frames, they definitely looked like they were sloping a bit. So we just had to do a little bit of readjusting to some nails, and I'm happy with them now. They look good. They look as straight as they're probably going to be. This is my new bedspread as well that I bought in the sales, and I've just been debating about the cushion at the front, whether to keep it or not. And I think now that I've got the frames on the wall, I'm happy with it. So I think we're going to keep it. I was just a bit concerned that it was going to be a bit too white against the white bedspread, but I like the copper, sort of gold copper tones in the cushion. I think it ties in quite nicely with the brass frames. It's not too matchy-matchy, so yeah, I think I'm going to keep it. I'm quite happy with that. So finally got my frames up, finally. It's taken over a year, but we've got there, and I'm very happy with them. I think they just really give the room a bit more of a focal point and finish it off a bit more. And obviously once we get the white furniture, it will also look a bit fresher. I'm also thinking we should paint the walls white. Not really loving the color of the walls anymore. At the time we painted them that color, we had a bit of a different style in the house, and so it matched. But now that we're going for more grays and brass and whites and black, I think that a white wall would look a lot better. So I'm gonna have to see if I can work my magic on Rod to get his paint roller out, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, been a productive Sunday so far. Pretty happy with what we've achieved. Yeah, and I'm really hungry now. I think it's time to have some lunch, even though it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm really hungry, so I think I need something to eat. I've just been thinking and doing a little research, which I probably should have done before I put the pictures on the wall. But I have now discovered that the ideal distance above the bed head to the bottom of the frame is 20 to 25 centimeters, and mine's 30. I mean, I know it's only an extra 5, but I am thinking that maybe they are a bit too high above the top of the bed head, and maybe I should have lowered them even 10 centimeters so that there's 20 centimeter gap. Rod's not having it. He doesn't want to go through the whole process again. So I'm thinking that when we eventually paint the walls, then I'm going to make them lower. I just think they are a bit too high, but since he won't change it and I don't want to be doing the hammering, I'm just going to have to leave them and keep it how it is. But yes, I think that if we paint, there is an opportunity to make them a bit lower, because I think they will look better lower. I do. But anyway, you learn by your mistakes. They still look good, but they could look better. Anyway, good afternoon. Today I've had a very, very busy morning so far. I've been the hairdressers and had my hair done, so I'm feeling a bit blonder and nice nice and trimmed. My little bit around the front here is, it's growing. It's definitely growing. So yeah, I've had a few issues with my hair over the years, and lately there's been a lot of hair fallout around the front. So yes, it's a bit of a struggle when it comes to trying to pinpoint what is going on with my hair. I've had so many blood tests done to check out my hormone levels, to check out my nutrient levels. So yeah, just trying to figure out what is going on with my body and what is causing my hair to fall out around the front. So it's incredibly thin, as you can see. I just really don't have a lot of hair there at all, and it looks like I have a fringe. I don't have a fringe. It's just literally, yes, it's just my hair falling out, and very, very slow to grow back. Actually, I don't even think it is growing back, but anyway, that's a whole other discussion, the hair topic. But I'm feeling much better. I'm going to a wedding next week, so I really needed a bit of a refresh. So that is what I've done this morning. I wore this really cute little gingham dress, which I've been wearing a lot of lately because I really do love it. I should probably just show you properly in the mirror the full length version of it. So this is my little dress. As you can see, it has this really cute little frill that goes around the shoulders, and the great thing is these are elastic, so I can move my arms very, very easily. Also has this little self fabric tie, which I just sort of tie in a little simple knot, and then we've got the little frill around the hem, which comes up a little bit at the front and sort of scoops down towards the back. And I've been wearing that so much lately, especially with my wedges and my little straw bag, because I just think it is super cute and summery. So that is what I wore today. I also wore this little bag here, this straw bag, which I just tied a little scarf around, because I just think it really just gives the bag a little bit of extra something, having that little bit of extra pop of color and detail. So that's kind of my outfit that I wore today. And I also just nipped to the shops as well and picked up a couple of things here. So basically we put our gallery wall up behind the bed, and I've kind of left it a week to see if it would grow on me, because I was just a bit unsure as to whether I really liked the layout and the height of the picture frames, because of course I spent time deciding how I wanted it to look and where I wanted to hang it, and I put all the paper on the wall. I made sure it was all going to be even before we started nailing holes. But it was only when we actually got the frames on the wall that I just thought, I just don't know if I'm really happy with it. I think it looks too high, like the distance from the top of the bed to the bottom of the frames. I think there's just too much space there, and I think they just look a bit too perfect. Like, I don't know if you can see properly, like having I don't know, it just looks a bit too, like I want it to look perfect, but I think it just looks a bit too perfect. So I went back to West Elm and I got another frame over here. This is, it's another rectangle frame, and basically it's sort of in between the square one and the smallest one at the bottom, which I probably just see just in the top corner just here. So that square one and the little rectangle, it's a rectangle in between the sides of those. So I'm thinking maybe we just slightly rearrange the layout and add in an extra frame just to make it, like, I still want it to look neat but not so symmetrical and perfect. So that's the plan. Rod's not really very happy with me because he likes it how it is and he doesn't really want to go putting any more holes in the wall, but you know, happy wife, happy life. It's really bugging me. Every time I walk in this room, I look at that wall and think, no, I'm just not happy with it. Just not happy with it. It really has to go. So that's the plan, to change that up just a little bit. And I also went to the post office to pick up a dress that have been delivered. I know exactly what it is. So basically I'm going to a wedding in, oh gosh, next week. I'm going to a wedding next week. And okay, so I bought this same dress in plain white and I wore it over New Year. And I did put it on Instagram, so I will put a little picture to show you what dress it was. And it does come in a few different colors and there are a couple of prints. Anyhow, there is another variation of it which is a white with a blue print, and I did really like that one at the time, and so I ended up buying that one. I thought, I know it's the same dress that I've already got, but I do really like the dress, and this one was on sale, so I just thought it'd be really nice for the wedding, because the wedding is in Byron Bay, and you know, it's quite a relaxed wedding. It is, I don't think it's on the beach, but I think it's on like a park or a nice grassed area which overlooks the water, I'm guessing. So I just thought having like a dress that's like white and blue would really complement the surroundings, and yeah, I just decided to get that one. So I'm going to open it up and try it on and just give you a quick show of what it looks like. But yes, I'm pretty excited. So let's get it on and have a look. So my dress is from Murray and Eve. It's very beautifully wrapped. This is called the Jagger dress, and I got it in a size 6, which is the same size as the plain white one that I got. And this is the white version, but with a blue print on it. So it's pretty much like this. It has this beautiful little frill around the sleeves. It's off the shoulder, and it also has frill that goes all the way around the hem. So it's also in this like, I don't know, like stretch scuba fabric. So it's very silky to the touch, and yeah, it just really fits my body really well. And I thought that this was just a beautiful color, especially if Roddy's going to wear a blue suit with like a white shirt. It'd be like beautiful for the Byron Bay wedding. So let's put it on, have a quick look. So this is the dress on, and as you can see, it's just got that little frill that goes around the sleeve, and this really cute little ruffle that comes up at the sides all the way around the hem. And yeah, it's just really cute off the shoulder, nice and summery, and I love it. I think it's just a really cute dress. I think I'm going to wear it with my nude Furla bag, because the white one that I wore, which is right here, this one, so this is the white version that I have. I did wear that one with my pink Oroton bag, so I'm thinking that the pink would go nice with this dress, but I think maybe just to change it up a little bit, I might just go with the nude Furla bag instead. And I also want to get some new nude heels, because it is going to be on a grassed area, and I believe it's on a bit of a hill. And just from experience from my own wedding, which was also on a grassed park area, overlooking the water, on a bit of a hill, the heels are pretty hard to walk on a hill on grass. So yes, there was a little bit of sinkage. So I'm thinking that I might get some nice little block heels instead. So I had my eye on a pair of nude heels by Alias May, and they are now out of stock in my size, and I can't seem to get them anywhere. So I don't know, I'm trying to find something else now that I like that is going to go with this dress. There is another pair of Alias May nude heels that I like, but I don't like them as much as the ones that I really want, but I can't have the ones that I really want, and I just can't get them out of my head. It's very hard, even though I know I can't have them. I can't get them out of my head, and I can't move on. But I need to hurry up and get something, because it's in a week, and I need to get them delivered and make sure they fit. So yes, that's what I'm thinking. Some nice little nude block heels. or something like with something that's not a stiletto, basically. That's the plan anyway. So yes, I'm very happy with my dress. Yeah, I just think it's very cute for the wedding, and again, I can wear it probably somewhere else. So yes, I think I'm almost ready. Almost. I'm obviously not going to go with my white nails. I did paint my nails this this white color. I'll zoom in, see if you can see them. And yeah, Rod doesn't like them. Doesn't like them at all. I did originally have it on my fingernails as well, but I just took it off last night. I found with the white polish that I had to do about 4 coats of white OPI to make it not look see-through. It's very opaque, and yeah, I don't know. I think I need to be more tanned to carry off the white nails, and I'm not quite tanned enough. So yeah, I think with this dress I might just go for a nice nude polish instead. So anyway, that's where I'm up to. I think the next job is to sort out this. Let's get the odd picture in the frame and rearrange the layout and hopefully get it right so that it's done and there's no more nails in the wall. Actually, I think even if I didn't like it, Rod wouldn't do it again. So it's got to be right this time. So that's the plan. Let's fix the gallery wall and get it finished. Finally finished my gallery wall, and I am so much happier with how it looks now than how it looked before. So just by adding that one extra picture frame, I think it just breaks it up a little bit and makes it just a bit less perfect. I've also lowered it down so that there's less distance between the frames and the bed, and I think that just makes it look a lot better as well. I just felt like before it was just a bit too high up, like there was too much distance between the top of the bed and the bottom frame. So yeah, much happier with it. Rod is perhaps a little bit less happy because now we have some nail holes in the wall, which you can see. So right at the top, sort of in line with the very top photo frame that's up there, you can see there's a few little like extra holes where the other picture frames were before. So yeah, now I've got to fill those in and paint over them so they don't look quite so obvious. I know it's not ideal. I know I should have done my homework much more thoroughly before I started putting holes in the wall, but you know, it was just one of those things. I thought it was going to look great, and then when I actually put it on the wall and looked at it, I just didn't love it that much, and it just bugged me so much that I just wanted to change it and had to change it. And anyway, I'm happy with how it is now. It's all a learning curve, putting a gallery wall together, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I might just give you a quick look at the photos so you can see what they actually are. These are just some photos from our honeymoon that I picked, and we went about 3.5 years ago. We did 3 weeks in the UK visiting family, and also my sister got married, and then we did 3 weeks in America. So we went to quite a few places. This one here is from San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. And we also have another photo right here at the top of Rod and I, because we did a dinner cruise. So just pop that one up there. This was from the dinner cruise we did in New York, and we also have a black and white image of the New York skyline. That was also taken from the dinner cruise. Then we did an overnight trip to Niagara Falls. So I've just popped a black and white image of Niagara Falls in there also. And then right over here we have the Grand Canyon. So we did a helicopter ride in Vegas to the Grand Canyon, and that was our little image there. So these pictures just kind of sum up some of the major cities that we went to whilst we were away. And I really like the black and white intensity of the San Francisco one and the New York skyline and the Niagara Falls. I just think that they look a little bit more dramatic in the black and white, and then just some photos of me and Rod in the color, just to sort of break it up, because let's just say Rod is not as much in love with black and white photos as perhaps I am. He likes color photos, so it's a bit of a compromise. This was a compromise, but yes, I think it's a nice compromise and a nice balance, so I'm really, really happy with how they've turned out. I'm also really loving our new bed sheets, if I didn't show you this already. So basically, we wanted to get some new bed sheets, and we decided to get white. Well, I decided we were going to get white. Before, we had kind of like a very neutral color bed set, and they were a bit old, a few years old. They were looking a bit worn, and I really just wanted to brighten up this room. And we are going to be changing the furniture in here. We're going to be getting white chest of drawers or tall boys, whatever you want to call them, in here. So yeah, I really just want to make it like whiter and brighter. So we decided to go shopping in the Boxing Day sales, and we bought some new bed sheets. So basically, these are all from Adairs, and I got 2 sets from Adairs. This set here is what Rod picked. He really liked the Waffle fabric, so he chose that one. And we also got these sort of, I think they're called shadow grey bamboo cotton sheets to go with that. It's a little bit creased because we've been sleeping in them already, but actually got 2 colorways of this to go with the second bed set. So yes, 2 of those, and they come as a complete set in the grey, in the bamboo cotton. This is the Waffle that Rod picked. This is the cushion that at first I couldn't decide whether I liked it or not. Well, I did like it, but I didn't know if it was going to work in the room. I thought maybe it was going to be a bit too white on top of white bed sheets, and maybe we needed a bit more contrast. But now I see it, I actually really, really love it. I think that these colors tie in very nicely with the frames, and yeah, very happy. But that was actually from the Darren Palmer range in Maya. So yes, very, very happy with that. I will link these sheets in the description box below if they are still available, because they were bought on sale. And this is the pillow slip for the second set of bed sheets that we got. So this also comes in like the quilt cover and the Euro pillowcase and the standard pillowcases. So again, I'm not sure what name this is. It was also from Adairs. I really like that it's got that kind of crisscross pattern, which kind of ties in with the cushion. I hope it's not too much crisscross, but yeah, I think they look really nice together. This is my favorite pattern way, and this is Rod's favorite pattern way. So we kind of get one of each that we both have a favorite of and a second favorite of. But yes, really, really happy with our new bed sheets and our new gallery wall.